It always begins quietly. The morning news still plays. Coffee machines hum. Children laugh on their way to school. And somewhere, far beyond the clouds, the first digital sparks ignite. No one expects the end of normal life to begin on a Tuesday morning. But that's how history always unfolds. Suddenly, silently, and without warning. A single command travels beneath the ocean. A network stutters. A satellite winks out. Then another. And another. Within minutes, screens freeze and the heartbeat of civilization slips into static. The first shockwaves of World War III will not be bombs or fire. They'll be invisible. Information erased, satellites silenced, power grids collapsing into darkness. Governments scramble. Markets vanish. Communication ends. And billions realize, this war will not be fought only by soldiers. It will reach everyone. In that single moment, humanity confronts a truth as old as time. Technology cannot save us. Only knowledge. Only preparation can. Those who prepared will descend into silence. Those who didn't will face a world they no longer understand. Today, we step into a story no one wants to live. But everyone should be ready for. This is the Digital Butterfly Survival Guide to Enduring World War III. Not to glorify fear, but to find hope through preparedness.
Mr. President, nuclear missiles will strike our country in 14 minutes. I know it's your first day in office, so I'm going to walk you through it. But you're the only one who can authorize our response. And you've only got a few minutes to decide. Tensions escalated rapidly over the past few days. Today's Allied defense exercise started just minutes before we detected the launch. Could be a tragic mistake, or it could be deliberate. Right now, we estimate 112 bursts, consistent with ICBM launches from the enemy's inner territories. For some reason, only 20 of their 80 underground silos fired. We think many were mobile launchers. Intercontinental ballistic missiles travel outside the atmosphere and return faster and higher than anything we can chase. We can't stop them all. We need you in the bunker.
14 minutes. One choice that echoes across generations. What would you take with you? Who would you call? Where would you go? This video is not about politics or panic. It's about the human choices you can control, the shelters you can build, the water you can store, the routines that keep hope alive. If the world stops speaking, will you know how to listen? Stay with me. We begin now. Every war begins in confusion, but survival depends on what you do in the first 3 days. Within hours, power may vanish. Supermarkets empty. Panic spreads faster than explosions. In this window, you have one mission: secure your safety zone. That means find shelter, gather food and water, avoid crowds, those who stay calm, survive, those who hesitate, vanish in the noise. The first 72 hours will define the rest of your life. Your location decides your chances. Major cities, ports, and industrial centers are likely targets. But rural or mountainous regions, where population is sparse, become lifelines. If you're in a city, plan your evacuation now. Have a pre-packed go bag with documents, maps, food, and medicine. A good shelter doesn't have to be military grade. It only needs 3 things: distance from targets and crowds, depth below the radiation, defense from chaos outside. An underground basement, reinforced garage, or improvised bunker can save your life. Add compacted soil, sandbags, or concrete. Each layer multiplies protection. 90 centimeters of packed earth blocks 99% of gamma radiation. Think of your shelter as a miniature planet. It needs its own systems: air, water, light, energy, and order. Divide your space wisely. Living area: sleeping, rest, communication. Storage zone: food, water, tools. Medical area: first aid, sanitation, disinfectants. Power zone: batteries, solar input, generators. A basic air ventilation pipe should rise above ground, protected by a HEPA filter and charcoal layer. Humidity and CO2 can be reduced using simple soda lime or ash filters. Even in darkness, air and light will keep your mind sane. Use LED lamps powered by hand cranks or solar rechargers. Never underestimate the power of routine. It creates normalcy when the world above collapses. In the first weeks, food scarcity becomes the greatest threat. Forget luxury, survival is about calories and balance. Here's your priority list. Dry staples: rice, oats, beans, flour. Proteins: canned fish, lentils, peanut butter. Fats: oils, nuts, butter powder. Supplements: multivitamins, salt, sugar, honey. Every item must be measured and labeled. Plan 2,000 calories per person, per day. Ration wisely. Your stockpile is your time limit. Water, however, is more critical than food. Store 4 liters per person daily. Use sealed containers. Purify with boiling, iodine, or solar disinfection. A simple condensation system, a solar still, can create drinkable water even from dirty sources. When the power grid fails, so does civilization. But energy can still be harvested, even in silence. Use solar panels for long-term power. Store electricity in deep cycle batteries. For small-scale use, build a hand-crank generator or bicycle generator. Every watt counts. Light, heat, and communication depend on it. Heat can come from a wood stove, but always ventilate to avoid carbon monoxide. If you have access to a stream, a small hydro turbine can power LEDs for months. In the age of destruction, knowledge becomes your greatest energy source. When networks fall, radio waves still travel. A ham or shortwave radio can connect you to the outside world. Learn the basics. SOS and Morse code. Frequencies between 3 to 30 MHz travel far even during power outages. Communication is hope, but defense is survival. Reinforce your shelter door with steel plates and locks. Create simple tripwire alarms using bells or infrared sensors powered by batteries. Never underestimate desperation. When resources vanish, people change. Defense isn't about violence. It's about creating deterrence. The appearance of strength that keeps danger away. Survival is 50% physical and 50% mental. The human brain is not designed for silence, darkness, or isolation. Keep a daily routine. Write, speak, exercise. Even in confinement, movement keeps your blood and hope alive. If you have children, teach them. If you're alone, talk to yourself. Aloud. Sound prevents madness. In every war, history shows, the ones who survived longest were not the strongest, but the most emotionally balanced. Hope is a weapon. Eventually, the chaos ends. The sky's clear, the air calms, and silence turns into birdsong again. That moment, when you open your shelter door, is when humanity begins again. Rebuilding starts with small steps. Clean water sources. Shared food systems. Cooperation, not competition. The world that rises after World War III will not be the same. But it can be better, more sustainable, more humble, more aware of how fragile peace truly is. No one can predict when or how the next great conflict will come. But we can all choose to be ready. Preparation is not fear. It is love. For life, for family, for the future. Stay informed. Stay prepared. And remember, even in the darkest night, humanity always finds the light again. This was Digital Butterfly. Stay aware. Stay alive. And never stop believing in tomorrow.